Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Saturday night live stream, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the markets a little bit, talk about some of the surrounding news around cryptocurrencies in general. I will move some crypto around for you guys so that you can see it happening in real time, and I'll try my best to troubleshoot your problems for you. So let's get started. All right, here we go. Back in the lair again, next to the rig. And I've got my Pancake Swap t-shirt on. I don't know where I found their merch, but I did. And I bought a little bit of it. This is pretty cool. So once again, thanks for joining me. Thanks for all of you hanging in there while I was taken down by YouTube. As it turns out, curiously enough, it was a mistake, or so they said. I guess I'm going to have to take them at their word on that. But as you may be aware, we were yanked off the air April 17th, I believe it was. And about 36 days, my YouTube channel was down. And then this Monday, I got an email from them saying, we took a look at your channel and we determined that you did not violate any of our guidelines. And so we're reinstating your channel. So curiously enough. And as soon as the channel got reinstated, there was the original warning that was posted when they warned me about whatever happened on the live stream. So I immediately appealed that, and within minutes they came back and said, oh, that was a mistake too. You don't have a warning. So we're back in business, gang. Good to be back. Hey everyone, glad you guys are here. Let's go here. And we'll pop out chat. I'll move it over to the other side if it'll pop out. Is it going to pop out? There it goes. Almost forgot how to work this stuff. All right, let's go over here. All right, so Greenman's. Oh, let's do this. I have a different. See, when I'm looking over here at this stuff, I've got a different camera, so you guys won't see me off the side of the screen. We had just started doing that when I got yanked last month. Green Man's 4949. I'm here again. Yes. Ken J is here. Welcome, welcome. Jason Young, welcome. Thanks for the welcome back. Treb Tree is here. The crypto gods have spoken. Yes, they have. Zach Attack is here. Joanne L. Glad that you're glad that I'm back. It was bizarre. Welcome back to YouTube. Hands Hannah 350. ZN. Okay. So many people. I just want to thank everybody for being here. We're going to get to the news and we'll get to your questions. But I would like to say something about what it is like to have your Google account disabled. It's quite shocking, and I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like, I don't know, waking up with no legs. I don't know. That's got to be 10 times, million times worse. But to describe how it feels, and they didn't just take my YouTube account, right? They could have said, oh, you can't post YouTube videos anymore. But no, that's not what happened. The entire account was disabled, which means that my entire Google account was disabled. Weird thing, I could still use my Gmail, like my CryptoDad Gmail. And I could still use Google Maps. But I could not use YouTube, period. I couldn't log into my YouTube account. So not only did I lose my YouTube channel and the ability to post videos, but I also lost my ability to watch YouTube videos on YouTube logged into my account. So I lost my history. I lost my video viewing history. I lost my video recommendations. I lost all of the subscriptions that I had to other people's YouTube channels. It was totally bizarre. I'm so glad I'm back. Glad it was a mistake. So, hey, we're back. So, let's jump into that first news story we got over here. I'm going to go over to this side here where you can see me looking at the news. So, today is Bitcoin Pizza Day, for those of you who are not aware. It is a commemoration of the day that the first transaction took place with Bitcoin, and it was 10 years ago today. And LASZLO, HANYECZ, I'm not sure of his nationality, Eastern European it seems, a developer, was involved in the early days of Bitcoin, actually had some interaction with Satoshi Nakamoto, apparently, online. And he was able to convince a Papa John's to sell him 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoins, which at the time were less than a penny, I guess. And this was the first Bitcoin transaction on record of Bitcoin being used to make a real live purchase in the real world. Now, a lot of people look back on this and say stuff like, oh my God, can you imagine what that Bitcoin is worth today? And it is worth a lot more today, like 45 million, 10,000 Bitcoin. But back then, 10,000 Bitcoin was not what 10,000 Bitcoin is today, right? So a lot of people have this feeling like he lost something. And I don't think he really did. And he says he has no regrets about it. I can give you an analogy of my own. I bought a Bitcoin miner on eBay in 2013. This is my first exposure to Bitcoin and Bitcoin wallets. And I turned on that miner and I mined Bitcoin for a year and a half, it seems like. I believe it was about a year and a half that I ran that miner mining Bitcoin. And I joined a mining pool and I put my rewards into a wallet. And at the end of that year and a half, I had 2 Bitcoin. This was in 2014. And at the time, I believe that Bitcoin was worth around $400. And I had broken even, so to speak. I paid $350 for that miner. And so I spent the Bitcoin. Back in those days, Newegg would take Bitcoin directly. They use BitPay now, but back then they actually accepted Bitcoin. And so when you made a purchase, they would give you a QR code, and they'd say, "Okay, this is our Bitcoin address. Send us the Bitcoin." And and I guess it was a unique address because they knew it was my Bitcoin coming in. And so I bought a solid state hard drive, which was a big deal for me. It was a cool, like one of the best solid state hard drives you could get. And I don't regret that purchase. And I hung on to about half a Bitcoin. And by the time 2017 rolled around, it was worth a lot of money. So that's my story. And I have no regrets. You can't change the past. So anyway, this is the day that, and there he is, smiling. He works for, another company now that accepts Bitcoin. He's a developer, still plugging along. And it's a great thing. I don't know if that's the original pizza. Oh, yeah, that is. That's it. Papa John's, that's his kid grabbing some of that pizza. That's cool. Yeah. All right, so enough about that, the commemoration of the Bitcoin Pizza Day. Let's jump over to the market. Not too good news for all of us that are Bitcoin lovers. Maybe you had shorted Bitcoin. I don't know. Maybe you've been waiting for the right time to jump into the market. I get a lot of people that ask me that. They'll say stuff like, do you think I should wait for the market to go down before I buy some Bitcoin? And people were asking me that question in 2018 during the live stream. And I remember at one point I said, I look at it this way: anything less than 10,000 is a bargain. Because back then, Bitcoin was like, 5, 6, 7, hovering, back and forth between 5 and 10. And, people were like, should I wait for it to go down before? And so, that was pretty good advice now looking back. Anything less than 10 was a bargain. And so here we are at 37,000. So that sounds like quite a lot compared to where we were last year at this time, right? What is it, April? I believe Bitcoin was probably still under 10,000 a year ago. Was it 2020? We can take a look. But anyway, it's not that important, but it has come up quite a bit since last year. It's come up quite a bit since the beginning of this year. It did hit an all-time high, a little over 60,000, and it's way off that, but we're still up for the year. I know we're all trying to find the silver lining in this cloud. And like I said, there are maybe some people that have bought some Bitcoin over the last couple weeks and felt like they got in at a good price. Probably some big guys buying some Bitcoin too. But this is where we are with the market, right? We went down to about 34, and we were just getting hammered with bad news or FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It all started about a little more than a week ago when Elon Musk announced on Twitter that he would no longer be accepting Bitcoin because of its environmental footprint. And if you followed the live stream, I've been over and over this. That is really not a valid argument. And there were some heavyweight Bitcoin believers, famous people, Winklevoss and Peter. I can't remember everybody's name, but they blew that argument out of the water. The financial system that we're using now, the banks, the money printing, the hauling, the storing, the security, the centralized computers needed to maintain the current financial system use way more energy than Bitcoin. Gold uses way more energy, has a much bigger carbon footprint than Bitcoin in order to be mined and transported. That's not saying that those things are good either. It's not great, but to single out Bitcoin for its use of electricity is disingenuous. But that seems to be the latest, bash on Bitcoin, right? Because they couldn't bash it as being used by criminals anymore. That kind of has been blown out of the water. Although now there's this new narrative coming out from Janet Yellen and some other people that people are using it to avoid taxes. So we've just been getting hit back and forth. So Elon Musk's tweet crashed the market, popped the bubble, or however you want to think of it. And then the government came out, saying that they're going to start cracking down on cryptocurrency exchanges and regulation and, tax avoidance and all that. And then somewhere in there, China said something about that Bitcoin was banned, which has been true since 2017. They were just restating it, but many articles acted like it was the first time they had ever said this. In fact, there was kind of an interesting tweet that I retweeted, so it should be in my profile here. I retweeted it. Oh yeah, here it is. This is the one. Breaking: China attempts to ban Bitcoin for like the 1000th time, right? It's really old news. And then on Friday at 10:30 or 11 p.m. Beijing time, they made a big announcement that hit the U.S. market right as it opened. Good timing, I guess. Bashing Bitcoin again. They're saying they're going to crack down on miners. So it's just been a lot of that this week. And yeah, this is it. China breaks crypto as Bitcoin falls to 36K. I wouldn't call it broken. But Ethereum has been getting devastated, which kind of hurts. But it was on quite a tear, over the last, since the beginning of the year. I mean, it went from, God knows, less than 1,000 or around 1,000 to like 4,300. So of course it had some room to pull back, but it has been a pretty devastating pullback for those of you who are long Ethereum, right? And then some of the other coins kind of got a push after the initial drop in Bitcoin after Elon Musk tweet, like Cardano, and there was another one too. I can't remember the name of it, but that were considered environmentally friendly, as you know or may not know. Cardano is a proof of stake coin, not a proof of work coin. Proof of work is what Bitcoin is. Has to be mined by high-speed computers, ASICs now. They don't even use computers anymore. Maybe some people do, but it's mostly specialized hardware that crunch numbers, solve mathematical puzzles in order to verify the network. And it makes the network very, very secure. And as we mentioned, there are a lot of green energy sources that are powering Bitcoin miners. And just because Bitcoin uses electricity doesn't mean that it's not green, right? You can use, you can generate electricity with, solar and geothermal and all those other methods, right? And then there were some that said that this whole thing about China cracking down on its miners is going to be bullish for Bitcoin, in the fact that people can't claim that Bitcoin is not green, right? Because if all those nasty, smelly, coal-powered miners in China get shut down, all of the green miners in the U.S. and in Europe will pick up the slack, right? The same thing happened back in 2017 after the crash. There was a lot of talk about, oh, Bitcoin's dying because no one's mining it anymore. It's not profitable for miners. Well, that's not the case. It doesn't work like that. When people stop mining, the difficulty rate goes down and the network adjusts. It was programmed for that sort of thing, right? Because in the beginning, there was hardly anybody mining. Right, so, and then let's move over to the next story here. Making windmills is not green. That's true. Making solar panels is not necessarily green. Making electric cars is not necessarily green either. There was a lot of bashing on Tesla and Elon Musk about how he's banging on Bitcoin, whereas there are chemicals that they need to make his battery that are being strip mined in Africa, and that's not green at all either, in order to create these electric cars. So, that you can always point out somebody that's doing something that's not green, right? And then this is an interesting story. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, we've been rattling on here, but I would direct you down to the video details below this video. If you scroll down, you can see all of these affiliate links of mine. CoinTracker, Hodlers clothing, which I think is pretty cool. I did a video where I used Bitcoin to buy Hodlers clothing, which I guess some people, they don't want to spend their Bitcoin on it, but you can use a credit card, but it's really cool. I thought that I ordered this shirt. I think it came in and then it was a little tight for me, if I recall. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it came in. But, and then this shirt, and then I have a couple of these shirts. I wore one last month, but it's not quite, it's a little tight. So I'm going to get an XL. I guess I or an XXL, whatever I need. So they got a lot of cool stuff for the Bitcoin enthusiast. And you can use Bitcoin to purchase it, or you can use a credit card. That's pretty cool. And of course, Ledger. Ledger's got their new starter pack going on right now. So, you can use my affiliate link and go check out Ledger. This is the starter pack for the beginner. For those of you who are beginners, $69, you get a Ledger Nano S, which is cool. If all you want to deal with is Bitcoin and Ethereum or whatever, it's got plenty of room. If you're a little more advanced, you might want to go with the Ledger Nano X. But then it comes with a little guide on what Bitcoin is, how it works, and a little voucher for $25 worth of crypto. Your choice. That's pretty cool. And of course, Crypto.com, my partner for the last few years. In fact, they were very, very nice to me during this downtime. I explained to them what happened. They were way behind me. They said they knew somebody that worked at YouTube. They tried to put in a good word for me. I don't know if that's what got YouTube going. In fact, it really was just them getting around to going over my channel manually, I guess. So I was kind of in the queue until this Monday. I got a little message Monday morning says, hey, we got to take a look at your channel. And within an hour or so, they were like, oh, you're cool. Don't worry. We're sorry. We apologize for the inconvenience. And then Coinbase, Kraken, Binance US, Brave browser. Check them out. Got my email here if I don't get to your question during the live stream. And, of course, links to all the news stories that we're covering tonight. So let's go back over here. Wall Street taking over Bitcoin. Really, the article is talking about if there are people who are doing Bitcoin custody, and there are, like futures and EFTs and all that. So there's a lot of price action and people getting involved in Bitcoin that actually aren't holding it. And so these big institutions with, all this financial power behind them are sort of hogging Bitcoin, and they'll probably be able to manipulate the Bitcoin price just like they do gold, right? We talked about that in the past. There's this huge paper market that manipulates the price of gold for nefarious reasons to keep, fiat currencies floating and all that stuff. We won't go into all that stuff. But this is a pretty good article, and it's linked to an interview, which I have not watched, but you might want to check it out. But it's, it's a concern with purists that big financial institutions getting involved and being able to do fractional reserve Bitcoin, right? Lend out or sell more Bitcoin than they actually own might, be bad for the price of Bitcoin, right? And then the last story we'll get to here, the staff at the biggest Dutch Domino's pizza franchise can now be paid in Bitcoin. I thought that was a pretty good story for Bitcoin Pizza Day. So it's one of the largest franchises in the Netherlands. And they're offering their employees the opportunity, the option to get paid in Bitcoin. It's pretty cool, right? It's a good time now, Bitcoin being cheap. It's a good time to get into Bitcoin. It would be, for me, I wouldn't mind getting paid in Bitcoin right now, right? Getting paid in Bitcoin when it's at its all-time high and in price discovery mode might be a little sketchy, right? But right now, I would say, yeah, my next paycheck, pay me in Bitcoin. I'm pretty cool with that, right? So here we are. Bitcoin's 37,563. Let me take a look at what's going on over here in the chat window and see how things are going here. Crypto's on sale. Global warming is a cult. Journeyman. There's so many views on what global warming is and isn't, right? But Bitcoin being impugned kind of raised my bile. It's come on. Yeah, so much FUD going on here. And it was almost like they were it was like the punches coming in. Boom, boom, boom. And maybe they were oh, Bitcoin Pizza Day is coming up. We better throw out some FUD. It seemed to be I don't think Elon Musk's thing was intentional. Who knows why he does what he does. But, Janet Yellen coming out a couple days ago and hitting Bitcoin when it was down, we're going to start cracking down on Bitcoin. And then, the Chinese coming out on Friday, it was just almost coordinated, right? But anyway, should I buy in different currencies or one all in? What do you think? I try to stay diversified. There's different levels of risk involved in different coins. There's also different use cases for different coins. Don't think of it as purely speculation, right? It's just like when you buy stocks. Yeah, there's a certain amount of speculation and gambling and market manipulation kind of stuff that you might want to get involved in, like riding the wave up, or, jumping into something that is being shorted by hedge funds like the Robinhood people. But really, I mean, you're supposed to, it's what we've been told all our lives, is you're supposed to buy companies that are solid companies, that have a good business plan, that you feel are going to do well in the future, that'll end up paying you good dividends. And so that's the same thing with crypto. Oh, Kitty's here. Hope Kitty doesn't knock the webcam off. Kitty, the bane of my computer table. Anyway, so I wouldn't just pile into one coin, not really, unless you decide you want to pile into, what you consider a safe play, like, Bitcoin or Ethereum or Cardano or something like that. But I like to stay diversified. A certain amount of my portfolio is in, the coins that I feel are long-term plays, and then there's, the middle tier coins that I hope will have good returns, and then there's the risky plays that you dump your play money into, hoping that they'll moon out, right? So yeah, I would say that be diversified in your crypto investing, right? Why aren't you giving them Elipal? I don't know. I'm not that crazy about the Elipal wallet. I mean, it's a good wallet. There's a few hardware wallets out there that claim to be, cold wallets in the sense that they aren't connected to anything. There's a few wallets like that I have demoed. I have videos for them. And basically, it's going to end up being some kind of handheld device where the private keys are stored. And you have to download an app for your phone and scan the QR code on the hardware device in order to get the address, and then that somehow it signs the transaction and generates a new code that you have to scan again with your phone. To me, it's just too cumbersome, right? And they're like, oh, nothing ever touches it, but things touch it because you have to update firmware with an HD micro card. Right? So when you go to download the updated firmware, you have to put it in your computer, download the firmware, take it out of your computer, stick it in this thing, and run the updates. So yes, it can be touched by malware, whatever, right? Nothing is untouchable, right? So it might as well just be a cable, right? It's kind of the way I see it. So all these like hardware-based wallets that where you have to scan the QR code in order to get the address and sign the transaction and do all that kind of stuff, I just find them a little cumbersome. They may be more secure than Ledger. I don't know. Maybe, possibly. Ledger is tested by third parties. But I find it is a good mix of security and usability. Some people may not agree with me. They don't like the Ledger and its interface and Ledger Live, and they say it's horrible, and they say, oh, this other wallet's so much better. This is the one I like to use. I'm used to it. Trezors are also good. We'll get into this in a little bit. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. Yes, I'm back. What's going on with BlockFi? BlockFi is a platform where you deposit your cryptocurrency to earn interest. They're still around. Although they have sort of, I think they've been raising or lowering their return rate or changing the rules slightly. I guess, for them to survive business-wise. Yeah. Elipal is better. Elipal is best. Okay, that's your opinion, not mine. You're talking about that thing with thing with BlockFi where they gave away more bonus than they should have. Uh, yeah, I'm not sure about that. I didn't read into that real heavy. I didn't have anything in BlockFi at the time. I don't know what to say about $1,000 wired to your account. Maybe it's your dad helping you out. Who knows? All right. All right. So let's jump into the tech support a little bit. I would like to point out something that a lot of people ask me about, and I think maybe tonight would be a good night. I was purchasing Bitcoin on Coinbase Pro. Over the last couple of weeks, I figured it's a good time to buy Bitcoin. So I bought some Bitcoin at like 50. Let's see where we are. Let's get ourselves logged in here. I'm gonna have to do this business. Let me go over here. I'm gonna have to put in my password, my master password. Okay, so all right, let's put that over here. Is that going to go up in there like it's supposed to? Come on, what are you doing? All right, is it going to work? Oh yeah, it works. Okay, all right. So let's go over to Coinbase real quick. Coinbase Pro. Come on, baby. Here we go. All right. So a lot of people, I get a lot of complaints in my YouTube comments about Coinbase and Coinbase Pro that they're scammers, they're thieves, and they take your money and they don't give it back, and all kinds of crazy stuff. That is not the case. All right. They didn't, create this multi-billion-dollar company to scam you out of your $1,000. It's the. But there might be some confusion with people, and they're sort of like they don't get it. Why? I had some one emailed me and said, "Hey, I bought some Bitcoin. They won't let me withdraw it, or they will only let me withdraw some of it." So I wanted to sort of give you a snapshot in my experience, so that you can kind of see what goes on, why this happens. Like I said, I bought some Bitcoin at 50. I bought some Bitcoin at like 43. I bought some Bitcoin. I bought some more Bitcoin yesterday, I think, at 37. So I wanted to show you how they, and I did this with bank transfers. Right? You can wire money in Coinbase Pro, but you can't use an ATM card. So you can wire or just do a bank ACH transfer. That's what I do. But basically, you need to do a deposit. You deposit your cash, right? You deposit your US dollar using your bank account. And once you've deposited the money in your account, then you can buy some Bitcoin, right? You can buy Bitcoin with your cash. Now, as you can see, I have some Bitcoin here. But what's going to happen when I try to withdraw it? Let's go to withdraw, and we'll hit crypto address. And I'm going to hit max here. And usually when I do that, it's going to give me... Actually, sometimes it'll say... there it goes. It'll say, please review your deposits. You can actually do it up here, too. Don't see all your funds. Either link takes you to the same window, right? It goes over here. And it says, okay, you deposited cash and you bought Bitcoin, right? Some of that Bitcoin is now available, right? Because it's been more than 6 days. I believe it's 6 days. Sometimes they say 7, I guess. I don't know. It just depends, right? But you can also see that it's showing me here that I had pending deposits. I have one that will be available in 3 days, this 1,500. And like I said, I bought some more Bitcoin yesterday when it was down to like 36. But that won't be available in 5 days. Now, they measure it in dollars, right? So right now, Bitcoin is a bit down. If Bitcoin were high, and let's say this Bitcoin that I own was worth 7,000, they still would only let me withdraw around $3,400 worth of it, right? They would still hold, $1,500 or a total. I'm sorry, yeah, yeah. There's $2,500 that I cannot withdraw worth of Bitcoin. So it's kind of weird that they use that dollar amount as your cutoff, right? So, for example, last week, I came in here and I bought some Cardano on Coinbase, used my debit card, mind you. Normally, you can withdraw that right away. And I could have withdrawn it right away on Coinbase. But I was doing a demo and I I deposited it into Coinbase Pro. And then what happened when I tried to withdraw the Cardano is they were like, you can't. Because the Bitcoin that I had bought the day before had gone down. And so it was worth less. So the Cardano didn't get me past my $2,000 cash. So they wouldn't let me withdraw the Cardano. Right? So that's why they won't let you withdraw. It's based on the bank transfers that you make have to clear before they will allow you to withdraw an equivalent amount of cryptocurrency based on the current price. So for those of you who get really upset when you try to withdraw your cryptocurrency from Coinbase, the day after you deposited it, with your checking account, that's why. And the same thing happens on Coinbase regular too, when you use your account. All right? So that's that. I thought I'd point that out. It was a good time for me to do that because I personally had some money kind of stuck in here. All of these exchanges need a phone number? No, I don't think so. Usually in order to open an account, you generally just need an email and a password. But you do need to verify your identity if you want to trade and withdraw on Coinbase at least. So yeah, if you want to make purchases, I don't sure. It used to be that you could open an account with an email and a password, and then you could deposit Bitcoin and trade. Right? You didn't need to give them anything beyond that username and password, and you had to put your money where your mouth is and put real Bitcoin in their account, and you could trade. And Binance is still like that, although U.S. users can't use Binance. All you need is an email and a password. And now, if you want to move up a tier, right, you want to trade higher amounts and withdraw larger amounts, then you've got to verify to get up to that next tier. But like the basic tiers, you can open an account with just an email and a password. Okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry about that. Yeah. Don't spam, please. You don't need to ask the same question 20 million times. Right? You're losing thousands of dollars. Do I think the market will go up again? My opinion is yes, but that's just my opinion, right? I'm more of a tech support guy than a guru. Yeah. So I hid Billy from, at least I think I did, right? I'm so impressed with your ability to cut and paste. It's like, wow, I'm so impressed. All right, do you know about KlueCoin? It's a new crypto created by Doodle. It launched 3 days ago. There's a lot of potential. I don't do like brand new coins just coming out. It's like not my thing either. But I did have someone that was early in the chat, and they asked me about a particular coin. So I would like to show you how I go about dealing with if, like, you say, okay, If you ask me, do I think this coin is going to go up, then I'm probably just going to ignore you. But if you say something like, how do I buy this coin? How do I store this coin? Then I might entertain your question, right? So someone was here early and they asked this question about how to use PancakeSwap. And then he said, oh, but I watched some of your videos and now I know. But he also asked me about this thing called E-Radix. And the first thing he said is, how do I buy it? And then he also said, what's the difference between E-Radix and XRD? Well, XRD is not a thing, as it turns out. XRD is a completely different coin. This Raven Dark, which is not even, I don't believe it's even related. So that answers that. But if you're going to look at a coin like this, they also asked me about this coin too. We'll talk about that one in a minute. If you know a coin, the first thing you want to do is you want to go on CoinGecko and look for it, and put in whatever ticker symbol you've heard about it, and then make sure it's the right coin that you've been hearing people tell you about. Right? So on CoinGecko, you can see the name of the coin, the icon. You can see the contract address, which is also very important if you're going to trade on decentralized exchanges. And then you can scroll down here and look at its chart, its history, do a little research, and then go to markets and find out where you can get your hands on this coin. As you can see, the pickings are a bit slim on this coin. Looks like you can get it on Uniswap and Bitfinex and Gate.io, but I don't mess with any of those, right? I think if you're bold, maybe Bitfinex. I believe it's been around for a while. But that's what you do if you're looking for a coin. Now, he also asked me about what's the name of this coin? Unified Protocol. I'm trying to look at its Unify. Okay, I believe it's UNIFI. Let's take a look here. UNIFI. There it is. So he asked me about this coin, and he said, how do I buy this coin? Well, notice when you go to the CoinGecko, right, and you pull it up, you want to take a look at... I'm trying to keep an eye on people that are over here spamming. I'm getting better at keeping an eye on. I can see it out of the corner of my eye now. All right, so I can't remember who asked me about this, but he was here earlier. But he asked me about this coin. He goes, how do I buy it? Right, and then you can go down here to markets, and you can get it on Coinbase, Gate.io. I'm sorry, Binance. Pardon me. You can get it on Binance or KuCoin. KuCoin is a foreign exchange, but they don't block U.S. users. So you can open an account on KuCoin with a username and a password. And but you'll need to fund it with Bitcoin or Tether or whatever crypto that you have, right? You can't like connect it to your bank account or your ATM card or anything like that. And Binance, well, if you don't live in the US, of course you can use Binance to buy this coin. But notice here that it's contract address, and it says it's a Binance Smart Chain coin. What that means is you can buy it on the Binance Smart Chain. And so if you've got a Binance Smart Chain wallet and exchange, then you could buy this coin. So let's take a look at what that means. PancakeSwap is the big exchange that you can use to buy and sell and trade swap tokens on the Binance Smart Chain. You can also farm, and stake and do all that cool stuff where you can earn a return on your coins. Now, this is all well and good, and it's really cool unless the bottom drops out of the market, and then all of the rewards that you've been earning are like worth a lot less than your initial investment, right? So you kind of have to hang in there when you've got coins staked in these types of protocols. But you can buy new coins. And in order to trade on a decentralized exchange like PancakeSwap, you need to have a wallet configured for the Binance Smart Chain. You'll notice here that I'm using MetaMask, and I have the network configured for Binance Smart Chain. Normally, when you're using MetaMask, it's on the Ethereum blockchain, right? And all of the tokens are Ethereum based, right? But you can go and do the settings and add a new network to your list of networks, right? And I've added the Binance Smart Chain. I put in the settings. I've got great videos on how you do all that, right? Just check my YouTube channel for PancakeSwap, Binance, Smart Chain, and all that. And, you know, you can configure these. It's not that difficult. Right, so what we do is we switch over to the Binance Smart Chain, and you'll notice there that the wallet connects to PancakeSwap, and my balance of BNB is showing here. Whoops, not that wallet, pardon me. Right, notice these balances match, 0.36 BNB, 0.36 BNB. So the question was, okay, how do I buy that unified protocol, seeing as how it is a Binance Smart Chain based coin? Well, they give me the contract address here for the Binance Smart Chain. So let's copy that into our clipboard. And we can look that up on the Binance Smart Chain. Let's go over here, crypto exchanges, take a look. We can paste it in here and it should come up actually. Maybe not. What's it called? UNIFI. Whoops. Let's try this again. UNIFI. There it is, right there. There's that contract address. All right. But we got that contract address over here. 04417. Is that it? Oops, that's not the same address. Interesting. Huh. Take a look at this again. Huh. Okay. That's kind of weird. This has a different contract address. And it says it's the same, so that's kind of weird. You know, this is DAO. Okay, maybe this is something slightly different. I don't know. But they have a different contract address. But anyway, now we're getting off track. If you want to purchase it, and it's not in your list, which I don't believe it is. I don't see it in here anywhere. There are quite a few that are already in here. Oh, maybe it's under you. Oh, there it is right there, right? So you can, since it is a Binance Smart Chain based token, you can buy it in PancakeSwap. So in other words, okay, let's say 0.1 BNB. That'll net me 3 UNFI. So you can buy it right here on Binance Smart Chain and hold it in your wallet until it rises. Now, I don't know that you can, let's hit swap here just for the heck of it. We're going to sign that with our MetaMask wallet. All right, we'll let that simmer a bit. Shaken, not stirred. And we'll wait and see if it confirms here. And the trading fee, the swap fee was very cheap on that. It did just confirm. I can see. And there we go. Let's do that. And it should, the balance should update here in a sec. We should see the updated balance. And so that's how you purchase on the Binance Smart Chain. Very easy, right? And with low fees, and it happens very quickly. Much cheaper and faster than Uniswap, which is the dominant platform on the Ethereum blockchain. Ethereum trading fees and transfer fees are very high right now. So Binance Smart Chain is one of the competing platforms, or blockchains, where you can use DeFi and stake and farm and all that good stuff, right? So I hope that you're still around. You were here. Whoever asked that question, but you were here early, so I figured I would cover what you asked. Okay, so Reezy is asking, when you send crypto from your ledger, do you get charged a fee? And the answer is yes. Let's take a look at Ledger right now. We don't need that anymore. This is Ledger Live. This is the software that we use to manage our cryptocurrency wallets that we have stored on this device, right? We don't actually store the wallet on here. We store the private keys, right? So the wallet is the software, basically. Wallet has a lot of meaning in the cryptocurrency world, but basically a cryptocurrency wallet is software that manages a balance and transactions and allows you to send and receive, right? So you got your balance, your transaction history, and the ability to send and receive. That's the definition of a wallet. There are more precise definitions, like it's a private key and a public key and receiving addresses, right? And that's all mathematical. That's what is going on under the hood. But you have to have some kind of software to manage it, and that's what Ledger Live is. So Ledger Live can be thought of as a wallet, and some people call this a wallet, but it's really a keychain, right? And also, each one of these accounts can also be called a wallet because they manage a balance and they have transaction history, right? And you can send and receive from each of them individually. So even though it's one device and one copy of Ledger Live, you can see that I have several Bitcoin wallets that are being managed within Ledger Live. Another thing I'd like to point out at this point is that, and a lot of people ask me about this, is you can manage multiple devices with one copy of Ledger Live, right? So I also have a Ledger Nano S, and you can see that this Ethereum wallet is associated with this device. Now, how do I know that? I know that because when I connected this device and created the account, it was with this device, right? So I named it accordingly, right? I didn't have to do that, but I did for my own sanity. So I have this Litecoin wallet is also associated with this Ledger Nano S. I call it the Ledger Nano S Black, because I had a white one too for a while there. So they're separate wallets, but they're managed by, it's one copy of Live, but I can manage multiple devices, right? I can manage two different devices in the same copy of Ledger Live. Now, I've had other people say stuff like, oh, my wife and I we each have our own ledger, and but we only have one computer. Can we separate our accounts? And the answer is yes, you can separate your accounts. Each account that you create with each of your devices attached would need to be, named accordingly so that you know whose account is whose. You'll find out if you try to send and receive Bitcoin from the wrong account with the wrong device attached, right? Ledger Live will say, oops, something went wrong. But you can't have two different copies of Ledger Live on the same computer, on the same computer account, right? You could create multiple Windows accounts, right? So if you've got one Windows account, you could go into your account settings and create multiple accounts. And when you switch Windows accounts, you could install Ledger Live in that Windows account, and the preferences folder for that account is different. So The Ledger Live would be specific to that person. So, but unfortunately, Ledger Live itself does not have profiles, right? You can't create multiple profiles within Ledger Live. It's only one copy of Ledger Live per Windows account, or basically per computer in a way. I just thought I'd mention that because a lot of people ask me about that. How do you buy? Whoops. Okay. Hide. Oh, let's go. Oh, I'm over here now, right? I'm looking over here, so I'm gonna, so I'm not off the screen, right? How do you calculate gains when dollar cost averaging? I don't know. That's a good question. I would say that if you're dollar cost averaging, and let's say you're purchasing Bitcoin, let's keep it simple. Every month you purchase $50 worth of Bitcoin, and you've been doing it for a year, then you multiply 50 by 12, whatever that is. Come on, Rex. Okay. $50 times 12, 600 bucks, right? And then at the end of the year, you look at the price of Bitcoin, or you look at the value, the current value of the Bitcoin that you bought over that year, right? And if that Bitcoin is worth $700 at the end of the year, then okay, you made $100, right? Those are your gains, right? They might be much more, they might be much less, right? But that would be how you would calculate your gains. And at any point, you could just calculate how much money you've put into that Bitcoin and look at its current value and decide whether it's a loss or a profit. It's not that difficult. Yeah, but right now it depends, right? Let's say you've been dollar cost averaging and buying $100 worth of Bitcoin all through 2020. Now, at some point in 2020, maybe early 2021, you had quite a bit of profit, probably. But maybe now, not so much. But maybe yes, right? Because it's 37,000. Bitcoin just cracked. Let's take a look at where it was at the beginning of the year, real quick, just for reference, right? CoinMarketCap.com. All right, so let's take a look at Bitcoin. Let's look at the chart. Let's look at the 1 year chart. Okay, so here we are. Here we are. January 1st, 2021. January 2nd, 32. Okay, so we're at 37. So it's higher. It's higher than it was at the beginning of the year. Not that much higher, right? But it's a lot higher than it was exactly a year ago. If we want to look at the all chart, let's see, what is today? May. Let's see if we can March, April, May. Okay, there's May 16. Bitcoin was less than 10,000 a year ago today, right? Well, not quite. I can't hit that exact date, but you get the idea, right? So a year ago, Bitcoin was less than 10,000, exactly a year ago. So if you had been purchasing $100 worth of Bitcoin all those months of last year, and then maybe the last couple of months you put in an extra 100, you're probably still up, right? I don't know about all this FIFO and this. I'm just looking at generalities, for your own sanity. I don't know how your accountant would figure all of that. If you pull out some Bitcoin or other crypto, leave it on Coinbase when redeploying. How do taxes work? So if you move Bitcoin, it's non-taxable. If you sell it, it's taxable. It's a taxable event. I'm not a tax expert. I'm just giving you common knowledge, right? If you move your Bitcoin from Coinbase to your wallet, that is not a sale. That is simply just moving it from one place to another. They don't tax you for that, right? I don't know that the transfer fees are tax deductible or anything like that, but you can use a service like CoinTracker or I'm sorry, CoinTracker.io. Let me do something here. Let me use a different browser. Take a look here. Yeah, I'll use Opera because I don't have it in my Opera. Well, that's kind of weird. Why did it just open like that? Oh, I see. CoinTracker. Oops. Okay, so if you go to CoinTracker.io and you sign up for an account, I believe it's free. Just to sign up, right? And you can add your wallets. I've got some great videos on using CoinTracker.com. You can add your exchanges by using APIs. You install APIs on your exchanges that share your trading history with CoinTracker.com, so that they can't trade or withdraw, but they can look at your transaction history and calculate all of your sales and determine the amount of gain or loss on each of those sales. And then you can also add your wallets to this account so that it can track all of the movements of your cryptocurrency. And so when tax time rolls around, you just go to CoinTracker and you click tax day, right? And they will generate a tax form for you for your capital gains, right? And so if you have all of your wallets in there, it sees that, okay, you moved it from Coinbase to your wallet, you moved it from Bittrex to your wallet, you moved it from Bittrex from your wallet back to Bittrex or whatever. It keeps track of it so that you're not getting charged taxable events when you withdraw your crypto from your exchange, right? It's not taxable when you withdraw it from your exchange. Worry about gains first, right? Yeah, everybody's so worried about taxes. Taxes are taxes. You'll get them paid one way or the other, right? You're never going to make any money if you're so worried about taxes that you're afraid to do anything, right? What do you think about EOS? What do you think about this year? I'm not a fan of EOS. I've never been. Just simply because I found it a little difficult to use. And I don't want to sound like, crazy American, but some coins that are, Asian. Asian? What am I doing here? Oh, Asian? It's not because they're Asian. That I'm not a fan of the coin. It's because the programmers programmed in a different language and with a different mindset that I did not find user-friendly to me as an English speaker, right? Software in the U.S. is kind of follows kind of a general, most of the controls do what you expect them to do, right? But then there are certain software that, like if it's made in Asia or whatever, the menus don't work the way, it's not intuitive because they just program differently than us. So I don't have anything against the fact that they're an Asian coin. I just had trouble with using their interface. And I tried to use EOS and store it in a ledger, and it didn't work right for me. One of the things that bothered me, it was one of those, you have to be in the club to join the club kind of thing. It was like, okay, you have to know somebody that's already on the EOS blockchain if you want to join the EOS blockchain. But since I didn't know anybody who already had an EOS account, I had to buy one from somebody. And I'm like, they were a third-party provider. And then I tried to buy the account from them, and it still didn't work. I couldn't get the wallet to work. And I said, screw EOS. It's not a pure cryptocurrency the way I would think of it. Because you got to buy into, it was like one of those pyramid schemes. Anyway, that's just me. A lot of people like EOS. The EOS is doing great things. I just never could get it. That's me. Is there a tax software you can plug into the exchanges and use and convert files for? Yes, there is. CoinTracker will do that. Now, generally, they support several exchanges through API. So you can create an API on like Gemini and Kraken and Coinbase, Binance US, uh, where you don't have to download the CVS file, what CVC, whatever it is, comma delimited, right? You don't have to go through all that and convert it, into an Excel spreadsheet. Some coins you do, but CoinTracker supports a lot of the major exchanges. If it doesn't support the exchange, then yes, it will also allow you to import comma delimited files as well, right? So yes, CoinTracker does that, and there are other coins that do that too, or I mean services. Bitcoin.tax, I believe. Whoops, there's another one. I think that's the name of it. Yeah. So there are a lot of services out there that will do this for you. How do I buy Atom and stake it in my Coinbase wallet? I don't know about the Coinbase wallet. Wait a minute. Let's take a look here. I think you're talking about this wallet, right? The Coinbase wallet, which is this thing over here, this blue thing that says wallet. The Coinbase wallet. And you want to stake, what do you want to stake? Atom? Whoops. Kitty. I'm not, I don't know how to figure out which coins. Ugh. Yeah, I haven't used this wallet in okay, receive. Okay, there we go. And you want Atom? Atom. Atomic wallet. It doesn't look like the Atom, Cosmos Atom is supported in Coinbase wallet. So I don't know that you can stake it in Coinbase wallet. Right? There are ways to stake Cosmos Atom. I believe you can do it in your ledger, right? So if you're in Ledger and you click Add Account, you should be able to add Cosmos Atom. If I can find it. Oh, Cosmos. Whoops. Yeah, yeah. You can stake Cosmos Atom in your Ledger if you want, right? Let's go back to this one. It's supposed to be over here where you can see the background, right? So by doing this, you would have to enter the Cosmos app, right? It says open the Cosmos app. Let's take a look here. Right, it's telling me I need to open the Cosmos app on my device. Right. All right, so I just hit both buttons. It says Cosmos is ready. So it's going to create an empty account for me. I may have done this before, so there may be some existing accounts on the device. No. Okay. So add new account. I'm just going to call it Cosmos. And we'll hit add account. Done. And there we go. I've got an empty Cosmos account. I would need to purchase some Cosmos. I don't believe it's available on... whoops, let's turn this off. Canon Rebel. Yeah. Let's take a look at where you can buy it, right? We go to our old friend CoinGecko. Whoops. All right, we take a look at where we can buy this coin. Okay, you can buy it on Kraken, you can buy it on Binance, Bitfinex, KuCoin, Crypto.com. So there's a lot of ways to get your hands on it, but I don't believe you can buy it on Coinbase, right? And the Coinbase wallet doesn't support it. So if you want to stake Cosmos, then I would suggest maybe Kraken if you're in the US. Or if you're not in the US, buy it on Binance. More power to you. I wish I could use Binance. But it doesn't look like you can buy it on. Here, there's Kitty. There's Kitty. Hey, Kitty. You just went to the vet today for the very first time. Woo! Very first time. Woo! Kitty went to the vet. Yeah, so Cosmos, right? Buy it on Binance or Kraken and transfer it into your Ledger based wallet. You can also stake Cosmos in the Atomic wallet, I believe, which is free, right? So if you want to download, if you don't want to spend the money on a Ledger device, then you can just download the Atomic wallet for free. Not quite as secure as a Ledger, but it's not bad, right? And where are we? So Cosmos, right? Cosmos, yeah. So I believe you can store it in here, and I believe you can also stake it. Yeah. So you could stake Cosmos Atom in the Atomic wallet if you wanted to. Desktop-based wallet. I think they may have an app too. Yeah, there is an Atomic Wallet app that you can also use if you want to, if you just want to use your phone, right? So there's a lot to be said for just using the phone to manage your crypto, but you have to remember that in a non-custodial wallet on your phone, the private keys are stored on your device. That means your phone. So you want to definitely, when you set these wallets up, you want to write down your recovery phrase in case something happens to your phone, right? And you want to keep your phone secure, right? Don't lose your phone. Try not to drop it, and don't let it fall out of your pocket when you're at the Grand Canyon or, you know, on the cliffs over the Pacific and at Santa Barbara. You know, keep your phone safe. But if you have your backup phrase, even if you lose or damage your phone, you can recreate the wallet, right? So, but just keep that in mind when you use non-custodial wallets on your phone, that the private key is being stored on your phone, and you're totally responsible for that, right? Now, you can also buy and sell crypto on your phone if you've got apps like Crypto.com, which I like, right? You can go to Crypto.com and purchase any number of cryptocurrencies, one of them being Atom, right? So if we go to trade and buy, and we can just search for Atom or Cosmos, right? You can buy that right on Crypto.com using your debit card. There's a price alert for ADA. ADA's down. ADA's down, but not that much. I mean, it's only been maybe 2 or 3 weeks since ADA came up off of its $1.10. ADA had been hovering around a little over $1 for quite a while. In fact, some people were making jokes about ADA being like a stable coin because it was so close to $1, right? But it broke out a couple weeks back. And was over $2 until this market dip occurred, and now it's back down, but not back down where it was 3 weeks ago, right? Right. So ADA's hanging in there, right? So if we wanted to buy Atom on Crypto.com, we could use our credit or debit card. We could swap for it if we had other coins already in our account. And then we could also use the fiat wallet, which we fund from our bank account. Keep in mind, Crypto.com is not a wallet, right? At least not this app. They also have a DeFi wallet. But this particular app is a cryptocurrency exchange that runs on your phone. It is an iOS-based cryptocurrency exchange. So you can buy, sell, trade, swap, and even stake crypto on Crypto.com on your phone. Now, you can also do this with Coinbase, right? There's an app for Coinbase Pro. So I can log into my Coinbase Pro account on my phone and trade cryptocurrencies, check the current value of my portfolio, right? I can do the same thing with Binance US. There's an app for Binance US. So if you don't have a computer, and a lot of people in the world don't have computers, it's very easy to trade in cryptocurrency using your phone these days, right? Back in 2017, there weren't that many phone-based apps that you could use to buy and sell crypto. You pretty much had to do it online on your computer, right, on websites and stuff. But these days, it's really easy to get your hands on crypto. Yeah, on your phone, right? A lot of people like that. Some people feel kind of weird storing crypto on their phone. So, but the exchange, if you use an exchange on your phone, the crypto is stored on the exchange. You're just accessing it with your phone. All right, let's see what we've got over here. Take a look at UltraSafe. Okay, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Uniswap is the key to buy and never sell. I have 2 Ethereum. Should I sell one and stock up on Ethereum Classic? Dylan, okay, I don't usually talk about coins specifically, but Dylan raised this point of should he sell his regular Ethereum and buy Ethereum Classic. I would not, personally. But what you're looking at there, or what you're doing there, is kind of a speculation, right? And I just want to point this out that Ethereum Classic, it has been around a while. Ethereum Classic, how was it? ET? I forget what it is. ETC? There it is. Ethereum Classic. A lot of people are getting into Ethereum Classic lately, speculative wise. But it's what I would call, and a lot of other people would also call it, abandonware. Which means that it doesn't have a vibrant developing community behind it. It's still around. It's still a blockchain, but it doesn't really have, as far as I know, it doesn't do smart contracts. It might, but nowhere near the development community and support and use that Ethereum itself does, right? It's Ethereum was forked off of Ethereum Classic, right? There was a dispute back in 2016. Now, Ethereum Classic is just kind of a speculative play, right? Because it's not what I would consider a good long-term type coin, right? Because there's no one's developing it. Now, they might if the price keeps going up, right? But it's basically very similar to Dogecoin, which is another coin that of late has been, flying up and down, making people rich, making people poor. But it is also a coin that does not have a vibrant developer community, right? You want to do your research on these coins. Don't just jump into a coin because everyone else is doing it. You want to buy a coin because it has a solid use case, a solid plan, a vibrant developer community, that kind of thing, right? You don't want to just jump in and out of coins based on pure speculation, unless, of course, you are a professional speculator, right? You know what you're doing, right? But you could get wiped out easy, right? If you long and leverage coins like these, right? So I don't want to be that guy, and I'm not a financial advisor. I don't usually talk about coins per se in this live stream or on my channel, right? But Ethereum Classic and Dogecoin, I think the reason that people were buying Ethereum Classic is because I think you can get it on Robinhood. So there was like, okay, there's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin or whatever, and then there's Ethereum Classic. And they're like, what's Ethereum Classic? I don't know, but it's cheap, right? It's cheaper than Ethereum and it's cheaper than Bitcoin, so let's buy it, right? And so there was like this rush of amateur, green, inexperienced traders piling into Ethereum Classic and then Dogecoin. And I won't go into, like the whole Elon Musk effect. I don't know what Elon Musk sees in Dogecoin. It was created as a joke. It also does not have a very vibrant development community, so it's kind of pointless to be investing in these unless you're out for the quick buck and you know what you're doing. Easy money, yeah. But it could just as easily be easy money lost, right? Easy lost money. Sad money, right? Yeah. Oh, and Binance, what's the word I'm looking for? Bitcoin Cash is a fork off of the original Bitcoin, which claims to be the actual real Bitcoin, more closely following Satoshi's vision. But just take a look at its price compared to Bitcoin, and you'll see that I don't think it really holds a candle to Bitcoin. It's just, it doesn't do anything in addition to what Bitcoin does. Although, like it has its followers, and they'll tell you that Bitcoin Cash is the real Bitcoin. But the price action doesn't jive with their assessment. But there are some heavy believers in Bitcoin Cash. But it was a fork off Bitcoin, right? In the case of Ethereum Classic, Ethereum was the fork off of Ethereum Classic, and it succeeded, right? Whereas Bitcoin Cash was a fork off the main Bitcoin blockchain, right? Bitcoin Cash shares the same blockchain as Bitcoin pre 2017 December. Like everything that happened before then, they share that common history. But after that, they split and went on their separate blockchains from there. They share a code base, they share a blockchain base, but they are now separate blockchains. And whether or not you want to invest in Bitcoin Cash, that's on you, obviously. Yeah, and someone also just mentioned that Ethereum Classic has been hit with 51% attacks, more than once, I believe. Yeah. So this is not the coin you want to take home to meet your mom, right? This is kind of I don't know. Like I said, I think it was the Robin Hood effect that got people jumping into it. Yeah, there are there's some. Well, I forget. There's a guy that's like believes in Bitcoin Cash and says it's the one coin. It's like Sauron's ring. Okay. Let's see, where are we here? What do you think of MahaDAO? Don't know about that. Yeah, like I said, Cyrus Bad just mentioned that he thinks it's better than Bitcoin, and a lot of people do, right? That's just their opinion. I'm wondering if Scott was here tonight. I haven't seen Scott. All right, so let's move some Bitcoin around. I don't know. I didn't really plan anything tonight. I was just kind of happy to be back. I was kind of hoping the questions would take me where you guys would just pull me different directions with questions. But I can withdraw some Bitcoin from Coinbase. I could do a little of that. I had done a video earlier on using the Binance bridge. But I can't really demo that in the live stream because they won't allow US users. I'm in the US. Right? So in other words, you can go over to the bridge here. And yeah, see, it's not going to let me do it because I'm in the US. But there are a lot of coins that you can buy on the Binance Smart Chain and then convert over to their native blockchains, like for example, Cardano, right? You can, we're going to do it this way, right? So we could go to PancakeSwap and we could buy Cardano on PancakeSwap, right? We can just go down here to ADA, right? And then, buy a little ADA on the Binance Smart Chain. And if you are a regular user of Binance Smart Chain and you've got coins, like you've got some stable coin stashed away on the Binance Smart Chain and for PancakeSwap, this is an easy, quick, cheap way to buy crypto, like on the dips, right? So if you've got, and I don't usually do investment stuff, but the dip in the market is affecting everybody, so a good strategy is to have some money parked in stable coins. And I used to say, oh yeah, buy some Tether and have it set aside in your wallet. The problem with Tether and US dollar coin is that they're ERC20 tokens. And if I had them in my Ledger wallet and I needed to cash out, then I had to pay an exorbitant Ethereum transfer fee just to get them moved into Coinbase, right? And then sold for cash. So it ended up like I had $500 in Tether in my wallet, and then it cost me like $57 just to get it over to the exchange and then traded into cash so that I could withdraw to my bank, right? So it wasn't that as practical as it seemed, right? But Binance Smart Chain is cheaper and faster, and you can store tokens in Binance US dollar. And it's really cheap to convert Binance US dollar into other coins, right? So a good strategy, even when times are good, you want to take profits and drop them into a stable coin so that when the market takes a tank or like this, you've got some stable coin ready to scoop up some of these deals. Now, of course, I was kicking myself because I had some, but not as much as I probably would have liked when this market dip hit. And, I spent it early, right? I thought, oh man, what a dip. I'm going to use my stable coin to get some deals, right? And I got some deals, but the market kept falling lower and I was out of stable coin. And so now I'm in the same boat as everyone else. I got a lot of coins that used to be worth a lot more, and I really don't want to sell any of them, right? Because they're way lower than what I think they should be. It's painful to try to sell coins when they're below what you paid for them, because you got to take a loss, and just move on with your life. Or even if they're still in the green and they were worth more last week, it's difficult to sell them. I keep track in my portfolio the coins that I have recouped my initial investment on. So like if a coin is going up and let's say it doubles or triples in value, sell a third of it, right? And then you've got back your money out of the coin, and then you can just watch the coin. And then, so they're in my portfolio, and their profit is like zero. But I can look at their value and say, oh, it says my profit is zero. That's because I've already sold some to recoup what I put into it. So it's pure profit, really. This Crypto Pro looks at it as a zero profit, but I see it as pure profit, right? Oh, it's worth $500. That's pure profit. But it was worth $1,500 last week, right? So I don't want to sell it. Sorry about that. So I know it's painful, right? So you're kind of in a holding pattern. You're just kind of waiting for your coins to go back up. So really the only thing you can do is, to take advantage of this down market is to put more of your hard-earned money into it. And of course, that's scary when the market's dipping because you don't know when it's going to go back up. All right, so you kind of have to, it's trying times for all of us. I feel your pain. Shibu Inu, okay. Shibu Inu is like another one of those meme coins. I don't know. It's brand new, so it doesn't have any history to go by. I believe it's called SHIB. Right? It's number 29, which is incredible. Or 27 right now. It's a little bit up today. It's way less than a penny. So you can buy like 1,000,000 of them if you want. But there's really not a lot of depth to it. You can buy it in a lot of different places. You can buy it on Uniswap. You can buy it on Binance, of course. KuCoin, I mentioned that earlier. It's easy to open a KuCoin account, even if you're in the US. Little sketchy because it's like a foreign exchange, so it feels kind of funky. But, you know, you can open the account, put some Bitcoin in there, and purchase it. Pardon me. But Shibu Inu is also on the Binance Smart Chain. If I'm not mistaken, you can also buy it. Yeah, see, there it is. So it also exists on the Binance Smart Chain. You could buy it on PancakeSwap. Right? Whether or not it's going to go up, I don't know. Whether it's going to go down, there were a lot of these meme coins that were, pumping real hard when we were at the peak of the bull market, right? Last week or the week before. Not so much now, right? So they might be cheap. Let's buy some now. I don't know. But, it would behoove you to do some research. Like go check out their website, find out what it's all about. All right? Read our wolf paper. Go on their Telegram. I never heard of Leash, right? But check out their website, do some research. Don't just jump into it because you heard somebody say it was the moonshot, right? That's not a really good way to invest your money in anything, whether it's stocks or crypto or whatever, right? Don't just jump in, pile into it because everyone else is. Do your own research and make a rational decision. Right? Can you pay for pedicures with crypto yet? It depends, you could go to, like, for example, let me see if I can take a look at this. Let's see here. Let's see, maybe this wallet. Okay. All right, so let's say you go into a pedicure place. And what did I do here? Did I? Oh, I guess I must have closed this. Okay. Now, mind you, there are more and more businesses that will do what's called, like they have pay systems that will accept Bitcoin through BitPay. BitPay is like a third-party Bitcoin pay processor. So, in other words, the merchant has a BitPay account, and you pay with your Bitcoin, and BitPay will automatically convert it to cash for them. Right? So, in that respect, yes, you could pay for certain places, certain stores will take Bitcoin directly through BitPay. When I say BitPay, I mean BitPay, right? Let me show you this. Right. BitPay is a third-party processor, right? They have wallet, a card, and everything. So but it converts the Bitcoin for the merchant. So the merchant doesn't have to accept Bitcoin directly. He can let their customer pay with Bitcoin, but he gets cash. That's the way it works. But I could go to, let's say I've got a regular pedicurist, and I say to them, you know what? I've got some crypto in my wallet, some Ethereum. And I'm willing to give you some Ethereum for my pedicure, if you're willing to accept it. And she or he says, hey, how would I take it? I don't know how that works. And you'd say, okay, well, just go over, see this app, Trust Wallet? Just go to your phone and download Trust Wallet. And you might have to sit with them a little bit. You might have to say, just download Trust Wallet, go ahead and create a new wallet, write down those 12 words, don't let me see them, put them in a safe place. Now, there you go, you got an empty wallet. Now I'm going to send you some Ethereum. And you send it to them, and then they see it on their phone, and they go, oh, look, it came in my phone. That's cool. And it says it's worth $20. And you're like, wow, yeah. And then a week later, they go, hey, now it's worth $40. Right? Or you walk in there, like yesterday, I could have walked in there and I go, you know what, that $20 worth of Ethereum you gave me last week is only worth $10 now. Whatever. But you still have the Ethereum. So you could talk to people like that and just, Trust Wallet's a good example because it's a non-custodial wallet. You can hold it. Now they might say something like, oh, well, how do I sell it for cash? How do I cash out? And you'd say, oh, well, then you're going to have to like get an exchange like Coinbase or Binance US or, Binance or whatever, if you actually, and, connect to your bank and do all that kind of stuff. Right. But it might get easier as time goes by where, people will be able to take their Ethereum wallet into their bank. Like you might be able to go to Chase Bank. And you go to Chase Bank, you say, you know what, I got like 0.05 Ethereum on my phone here. Can I cash it out? And they'd say, yeah, here's our Ethereum address. Send it to that address and it'll go right into your bank account. Who knows? May not be that far off, right? There's a lot of banks that are getting, there's a lot of cryptocurrency exchanges that are getting bank license. There's a word for it. There's like a technical term for it. In Wyoming, right? Wyoming is like the state that is granting charter. That's the word I'm looking for. Bank charter. So it might become more commonplace. Like you don't, your bank says something like, "Oh, we don't do crypto," right? You're trying to transfer crypto. You're trying to buy crypto with your bank account. We don't do that. We block it. And you'd say, oh, okay, well, I'll go find another bank that's more crypto friendly. And there might be a bank based in Wyoming that has a bank, Wyoming bank charter that's crypto friendly, right? You can open an account, do your direct deposit into that bank account, and then buy and sell crypto right in your bank. Won't be that long. We'll see. I wouldn't want to store my crypto in my bank, though. I mean, they might lend it out to somebody and then go belly up. I prefer to hold my own crypto. But it's not a stretch to convince someone to accept crypto as payment, especially someone like a pedicurist or a haircutter, because the money goes directly to them anyway. They don't get a paycheck. They're freelance, most of them, right? So anybody that that's kind of a gig worker. I don't know that you could do it with a delivery driver or an Uber driver or whatever and get them, because I think you have to pay through the centralized app. But there might be decentralized gig jobs that might arise where people will directly accept cryptocurrency as payment for services rendered, right? And I'll accept Bitcoin for services rendered, right? If you want to help me, you want me to help you troubleshoot for an hour, then I'll accept Bitcoin as payment for sure, right? I've been accepting Bitcoin as payment for my services for a few years now, and I don't regret it, right? Even though the price of Bitcoin is down a little bit today. And there are Bitcoin ATM machines, but they're not really the best place to buy Bitcoin. I would say the cheapest place is Coinbase Pro, because the bank deposits are free. The only catch is you have to wait 6 days to withdraw, but it's relatively service fee free, right? But those Bitcoin ATM machines charge you a big markup, and then they used to be anonymous. I used a Bitcoin ATM a while back. I knew that I was paying a premium for the Bitcoin, but I thought it was kind of cool because it was relatively anonymous, right? That I may have been on video camera coming into the store on there, but I put in like $100 in cash, and then somehow I believe I held up my phone, or I punched in my Bitcoin. I forget what I did, but somehow it transferred into my wallet, right? I had a blockchain wallet on my phone. But the last time I tried a Bitcoin ATM, they were like, oh, they wanted me to scan my ID and like take a selfie, and it was like all like, so not only did I have no anonymity or privacy, but they were charging me an arm and a leg for something I could have just bought on Coinbase easier. I mean, most of the on-ramps these days know who you are, right? It's just a given now. It used to be, well, like KuCoin. KuCoin doesn't really know who I am. They just have an email and a password. But there are tools that, entities could use to track me down to figure out that I'm buying on KuCoin. The least of which is I do it on my videos sometimes. But most of them, like Coinbase and Crypto.com, you have to verify your identity. So you might as well just get used to it. But the Bitcoin ATM is kind of convenient, and it's good for people that just have cash and don't know, how to sign up for all that stuff, right? Although I would assuming the Bitcoin ATM is going to ask you to download a wallet of some kind, right? Why do we still vote for a government who wants us poor while they get rich? Revolution required. Well, that's kind of the spirit of crypto, a financial revolution against centralized finance, right? We all know. Well, we may not all know, but it is, when you put your money in a bank, it's their money. They don't like have a little box with my name on it where they stick my money and say, well, we'll just wait till Rex gets back. And that's his money. Don't touch it. It's his money. One of the tellers reaches for it. They go, no, that's Rex's money. That's not how it works, right? They take your money, and it's their money. They can do what they want with it. Now you're one of their creditors, right? They owe you money, but they can pay you back however they see fit, right? Do I think the bull run is over? My opinion, I still believe in crypto long term. It depends on what you mean by bull run, but I see a future in cryptocurrency. Who knows how far this dip will go? We don't know. It seems that there are a lot of factors that are pushing the market down right now. But interestingly enough, I mentioned that it seemed that they were hitting Bitcoin when it was down. I believe Janet Yellen came out with an announcement on Wednesday, I guess it was, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, saying that they were going to start cracking down on Bitcoin. and it brought Bitcoin down a little, but Bitcoin bounced right back up over 40. I mean, it wasn't back up at 60, but it was up over 40. It was up to like 41, 42, which I thought was a little bit funny, right? Because I was like, oh, they thought they were really just going to like kill Bitcoin with that announcement. It didn't. Bitcoin bounced back over 40. Of course, on Friday, the Chinese made their FUD announcement and like just took it back down again. And here we sit around 36, 37. But who knows what's going to happen? I don't. Let's see what we got here. Let's get over here. Hollow. Ooh, now there's blockchain, now there's hollow chain. Yeah, I've been a big believer in cryptocurrency as a modern form of money, right? A better way to do money. Um, Portable, verifiable, uh, decentralized, permissionless, all that kind of stuff. Now, there's this whole issue of there's an old system, there's a legacy financial system that is not going to go down easy, right? So it's going to push back. Um, but there were a lot of new technologies that came out that made old technologies obsolete. We've seen that a lot in the 20th century. Um, the MP3s basically changed the entire music business, right? The music business used to be based on vinyl and CDs, and then people started downloading music. Um, the legacy music industry fought back tooth and nail, and then eventually sort of just gave up and said, well, the future of music is digital, and jumped in. And now most music is digital, right? There's still big companies profiting off artists and music, but the industry has changed, right? Same with film. Kodak. Kodak is, bankrupt now. Used to be we took pictures with cameras and that had film, and then we got the film developed. Now we don't. Now we take pictures with our phone, and they're all digital, and we see them on our phone, and that's how we manage them, right? The new way replaced the old way, right? Some businesses that were obsolete were gone. Other businesses, big businesses, kind of adapted to the new system and are still around, right? Some of this is good, some of it's bad, right? Mom and pop shops are getting put out of business by companies like Amazon. Maybe not good. Good in some ways, right? It's faster, cheaper, more convenient for the consumer, but maybe not so good for everybody. The people are running their own businesses. So there are a lot of new technologies that are being adapted that are making the old way obsolete. So that's my view of Bitcoin. It will make the old way obsolete. Whether the legacy banking financial system will adjust, transform, what it's going to do, it will definitely change, right? But they will not go down easy. This is the big one, right? This is not just a company like Kodak. This is like the powers that be that we're dealing with here, right? So they are not going to go down easy. But I believe that the cryptocurrencies are a better way to do money, right? When we talk about money, used to be we bartered, then we switched to like gold coins, and then we went to paper money. Those were all revolutions, and now we're in a digital revolution where money itself has become digital. Not just music or videos or pictures, money itself has now become digital. Hey, Scott's here! Yay, Scott! Good to have you back, Scott. Hey, Vinny from Staten Island, how you doing? I'm just talking, aren't I? I haven't done anything. Yes, I do have a video on Uniswap, Vinny. Let's see if we can find it. Let's go back over here. There we go. Uniswap. Whoops. Uniswap. Yeah. I did a video on how to use Uniswap. I'll just paste that link in there for you. So the channel was down, right? YouTube yanked me off for 37 days, 36, 37 days, something like that. The day that I got 100,000 subscribers, I got my channel taken down. YouTube said it was a mistake. They were sorry. I did not. They were very specific. I did not violate their community guidelines. So the channel takedown was a mistake. There was a warning on my live stream from April 17th that after my channel got reinstated, I saw that warning. I appealed the warning. They immediately replied within minutes after I appealed that, within the hour, that even that warning was a mistake, that I had nothing on my live stream had violated their community guidelines. And so then the warning was removed. So now my channel is back with 100,000 plus subscribers, with no warnings, no strikes, nothing, right? We're back in business, guys. So all of my content is now available for all of you who want to search for CryptoDad. You'll be able to find all my content that you need for anything. And I've done some videos here. These last 3 I've posted since I got reinstated. The pancake swap, how to cash out in the US. Where's it? How to purchase in the US. How to buy Cardano and store in the Daedalus wallet. And I did a Ledger Nano firmware update. It's getting much easier to update those firmwares, but people still have trouble with those. They're afraid, so I threw up a video. The blockchain is run with mining warehouses, huge electricity, hollow chain, and it will let you. Okay, so you're talking about hollow chain again. Okay, I'll allow it. Like I care. Okay. Just listened to Epicenter podcast, and they spoke about depositing DAI, then borrow on Alchemist, basically repaying the loan itself in 2 years' time. I don't understand what it's all about. There are a lot of new platforms. It's easier for me to wrap my head around PancakeSwap, but there are other platforms like Venus where you can stake and earn money, and there's a lot of those over on. I wanted to show you this DeFi Station. DeFi Station is where you can look at the Binance Smart Chain top stuff, right? So you've got all these like financial sites where you can stake and earn and borrow and lend and do flash loans and all this. It's kind of tricky. So I haven't wrapped my head around these flash loans yet. I think I tried to do a video on Venus, but it was a bit complicated, so I ended up not posting the video. But yeah, they're similar. You connect your, launch the app, right? You connect your MetaMask wallet to it, right? And then you're basically supplying collateral, and you can take out a loan, and then you can invest that loan in something else. But to me, that's leverage, and I'm not into the leverage thing, right? Because if the value of your collateral goes down, you get liquidated, right? And so I'm sure there were a lot of people that were, had like these collateralized crypto loans on this platform that got wiped out. So for me, I just hold, right? I'm holding and I'm staking, but I'm staking all of the rewards that I was earning over the last several weeks that I was watching all my holdings go up. The total value of all my holdings is way below what I originally jumped in on, right? But I haven't lost anything because I haven't sold anything, right? So I didn't get wiped out because I wasn't leveraged, right? I was staking and or farming. The farming thing might have been bad because of impermanent loss, right? But I just do single coin farming, single coin staking. This is the best way to do it, the safest way. Not quite, the gains aren't as high, but I mean, if you're staking a coin like Cake and it's mooning, then you can come to the party too. It's just not quite as risky, because when the price goes down, you don't lose anything. You don't lose anything until you sell it. So just bide your time, wait for the price to go back up. But if you're over here, borrowing against your crypto, and then buying into something else and making leveraged trades, and then the value of collateral falls below a certain amount, then you get liquidated, right? That's risky. I don't do that kind of stuff. That's probably why I just didn't do this video. Let's go back here. Boing. This camera seems like so much better than this. This other camera is supposed to be even better, and it doesn't, like, the light looks bad. See? What's up with that? This camera over here, the one that I'm using now, is a Logitech Brio, and I've had it for like 5 years, and it still works like a charm. Although sometimes it goes orange. Remember, if you remember that. That's why I got this new camera. All right, similar to Pancake, I take a look at Tree DeFi. Stake my ZIL, DOT, and IOST. Okay, yeah, Scott is just saying he stakes his coins. I'm not sure where he's staking them, but if you're just doing single coin staking from within a wallet, like Daedalus, or you're doing it on Ledger Live, you can stake coins on Ledger Live. I could stake this Polkadot on Ledger Live, right? So single coin staking from within a wallet for a return is great. I'm staking on Kraken and doing pretty well on Kraken, but you get paid in the coin you're staking. So now that the prices are down, it's almost like you lost all those rewards. But all you have to do is hang in there and keep holding the coin. You'll be fine. All right. LFD, I think Elon Musk is trash. I'm not that crazy about him. I mean, he was good for Bitcoin. In fact, he just said something earlier today, I believe, about that he supports cryptocurrencies over legacy fiat. Didn't really move the market back up again. I think the damage is done. But, he's entitled to his opinion. But unfortunately, he has a lot of followers and he's like very rich. So his opinion moves markets. And that's a little bit disappointing. He seems to be kind of on a, says things on a whim. But that's his prerogative. Am I a millionaire? No, I'm not. But I enjoy life. Right? Don't get mad at Elon. He's just playing the game. Now you have a chance at better entrances. Yes, indeed. As I mentioned, I've been buying over the last several days. But like I said, I ran out of capital. Most of my capital was in crypto, right? So now my holdings are, got hit pretty hard, like 40%. But I did have some money on the sidelines, but now it's in there, right? And like I said, I was buying it on the way down. I bought it Bitcoin at 50. I bought Bitcoin at 43, and then some more at 36. And here we stand. But it should go back up. Hi from South Korea, EFD. I don't know if you're aware, but I used to live in South Korea. Hanggung Maul Jal Molayo. Sanseng Nim Ieo. 영어 선생님이에요. I was an English teacher in Korea. Almaeo. That's another one you learn. I learned how to say how much is it in Korea. Like when I go to I lived in this like neighborhood in the suburbs. Like everyone, they're like, oh, don't be worried when you go to Korea. Like they all speak English. All the signs are in English. And then they stuck me in some suburban neighborhood outside of Seoul, and nobody around, none of the shopkeepers spoke English. They were all like, middle aged to older. So I learned how to say all my ale, right? I'd be like, all my ale? It was like, which means how much is it? And they tell me, and I wouldn't know what they were saying, but at least I could ask them how much it was. Seoul. No, it was near Seoul. I can't remember. Suwon. We lived in Suwon, and then I'm trying to remember the name of the neighborhood we lived in. I can't even. I just can't think of it right now. Where did we live in Korea, honey? Pundong. Pundong-dong. Yeah. 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 Pundong. Yeah. So I loved Korea. I still like Korean food, right? All my students were, just loved them to death. They were great kids, all of them. They're just wonderful kids. How much is it? Yeah. All my ale. And my name was LASZLO. What I always liked about Korea is that the kids, they would call you teacher, right? Which I guess they would, sansengnim, right? But the kids, they weren't supposed to speak Korean, so they would call me teacher in English. And so there was the teacher. Oh, teacher! There was the single teacher. And then if they were really excited, there was the double teacher. Oh, teacher, teacher! Yeah. And then if they were really, really excited, there was the triple teacher. Oh, teacher, teacher, teacher! That's funny. Okay, so I enjoyed my time in Korea, and I love Korean food. If I didn't like what the cook made for lunch that day, I had to eat with the kids. If I didn't particularly care for whatever she made, I would just eat rice and kimchi for lunch. Rice and kimchi is a good meal. How is it that guy bought an NFT picture for $68 million, wasn't hit by the dip, and he is still rich, the Indian guy? I was thinking about that earlier because the NFT itself, the digital art, the unique digital art, is probably still worth... that's a good question, because I think there's a monetary value attached to it, $69 million. And so now it would cost more Ethereum to buy that from him because he's not going to sell it for less than what he bought it, right? The value of the item did not go down, just the currency that was used to purchase it. Boy, somebody just keeps spamming and I just keep hiding. Okay, keep spamming. I'll keep hiding you. All right, guys, I'm going to head out for tonight. It's been great with you guys again. I appreciate it. I didn't move a lot of crypto. I didn't have a big plan as to what I was going to do, moving crypto around like I usually do. Plus, as I said, I'm kind of tapped out capital-wise, so I didn't really have much money to buy new crypto. I mean, I could have, but I feel like I've stretched myself over the last week or so. But I'll be back next week. I'll set aside a couple $100 to buy some new crypto and move it into my wallet. Thanks for all the questions. I appreciate it. Let's go back over here. Once again, thank you guys for coming. Don't forget, I will be here next week. We'll do it again, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions. I'll do my best to get them answered. Hope to see you there. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again,